Is Saskatchewan safe? Okay, I found it a little shady, like in a sense, but safety is something that lies in your hand also. So, hello everyone, welcome to Mal's Vlogs. So today I wanted to do a video on one of the most important questions that's asked in my Instagram or my YouTube, mainly from women and some men who are sending their wife here, or maybe youngsters, and it's a very common question in my social media platform. And I thought rather than making videos randomly, I might as well start answering questions that you have doubt about. One of the most asked question is, how safe is Saskatchewan? Or if we come there by ourselves, will we be able to handle things there alone? And is it going to be safe for a girl to come to Saskatchewan, or is it safe for just to send my wife to Saskatchewan? Is it safe to send my son or daughter to Saskatchewan? So these are some of the questions that I keep hearing. So I'm going to explain as of some of the questions, specific questions that you had, and also address why I think it's that way. So stay tuned till the end to know all the details about Saskatchewan, or safety in Saskatchewan, especially for immigrants or women or teenagers or kids who are coming here. So whoever has not tuned into my channel, I have been in Canada, or specifically in Saskatchewan, for the last 2 years. I came as a student. Now I'm on my journey of getting PR and SINP and those kind of things. So if at all you have any questions regarding any of these topics, please feel free to comment below and then ask me questions. I would be more than happy to answer. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel, because that will really help and motivate me in making more effective videos. So getting to the point, is Saskatchewan safe? Okay, I had the same question when I came to Saskatchewan, or when I was coming to Canada itself. And my biggest worry was, okay, Saskatchewan is not as big as Vancouver or Toronto or any other bigger cities like Edmonton. It's a smaller province. You might be coming to Regina, Moosejaw, Saskatoon, or Prince Albert, which is much smaller. Or you might be going to a very small town in like a village setup in Saskatchewan, based on where you're going to study or where you're going to work. So I thought that it is best to actually address certain things to you, what concerns me, what doesn't concern me, and those kind of things. So first of all, let me talk about crime. Okay, many people have asked, I've heard there's a lot of crime in Saskatchewan, or Saskatchewan is known for the crime rate, those kind of things. Guys, first of all, I'll tell you, unless and until you're coming from a very well organized country wherein it's very developed, the crime rate is next to zero, then I would say that Saskatchewan has crime. But if you're coming from a country like mine, or if you're coming from a country which is developing, or is not very organized, then I would say that compared to that, the crime rate out here is very, very less. You might hear some random, like I think it was last year that we heard a case of random stabbing and all those kind of things. That was like 1 out of, I don't know, like it's like 0.00001. Okay, and that also happened because of XYZ reasons, and nothing to be concerned about. If you're talking about theft, or if you're talking about any kind of vandalism, or if you're talking about people attacking you and those kind of things, I personally haven't heard any stories in Saskatchewan from my friends, or from my family friends, or from my colleagues, or anybody. I don't think anybody has personally faced such problems. If you have faced such a problem, please comment below and let me know, so that even I know what is happening, because I shouldn't be also one-sided in my opinion. So crime rate is very less. I think the crime rate in bigger provinces might be more, obviously, because people are more, and due to that reasons, the crime rate might be more in those provinces. But as compared to those, the crime rate is very less. Safety of women or safety of children. I would say that you can definitely walk around in Saskatchewan at night and nobody's going to come and bother you. I would not recommend you guys to be around the downtown area or certain areas, where it might be a little shady. Downtown is a little shady because obviously when I've heard experience from my husband, who might come by bus at 10 or 11 in the night and all. So at that time, not at 8 or 9, 10 or 11 or something if you're coming along, because see, most of the things in Regina or Saskatoon or Prince Albert, everything shuts down by like 9 or 10, right? So obviously after that, the movement of people inside downtown might be less, and then there might be people who might be high with drugs or even with alcohol. For your kind information, drugs is legal in Saskatchewan, so it's not a big deal. Like, drugs get sold in every damn other shop. There's specific places where they sell drugs, so it's not a big deal in Saskatchewan. So you might see people who are high. They never harm you. They never come and try to harm you physically or abuse you or anything. The worst thing that might happen is that they might just come to you and ask maybe for $1 or $2 or something, which you can refuse to give, or you can give. It's up to you, but they're not going to like harm you in any way. So that's what I personally haven't faced anything, but I have felt, okay, maybe it's because you're an immigrant, maybe it's because I'm a woman, and that when I at some specific time when I go to downtown area, I face this in Saskatoon as well as Regina. Moosejaw, not much. Wherein I found it a little shady, like in the sense it's not like well lit like streets in India, or it's not like that, right? So there are even though it's a downtown, most of the shops will be closed, and then you see a person approaching who's like high, so you can imagine. So it's more in our mind than anything else. So I wouldn't say it's unsafe at all. But safety is something that lies in your hand also. So I've seen that most of the issues happen wherein two people react, right? It's not that one person just comes and does something and go, okay? Especially smaller crimes. I'm not talking about murder and all those kind of things, but usually it's where people come and ask you something, then you get into an argument with them and unnecessarily get into a conversation with them. So just avoid it. If they ask you something, just say that you don't know, or I'm not sure, or I don't have money, or whatever it is. And they're not going to like snatch things from you and those kind of things. So don't worry about anything of that sort. Even for kids, it's the same. So I've seen a lot of youngsters also coming and studying in University of Saskatchewan, University of Regina, Sask Polytech, or whichever colleges. I don't think anybody has personally faced any problems. Second, the next thing I wanted to talk about is racism. Like people ask me, are people racist out here? Are they welcoming? Frankly speaking, I felt the people out here are so welcoming. You will find that you will actually see that in the first or second day of landing in Saskatchewan, or maybe every place in Canada. Like you enter a bus and people say, "Hi, how are you?" or "How are you doing?" or "How's your day going?" And so you just need to respond back to them, and then you also get into a habit of doing that. And they're quite welcoming. They know that you're an immigrant. They help you out. They never actually set you aside and for any kind of things. There might be like 1 or 2 people out of like a million people who might do that, but then some of my friends have told that they have faced it, but I don't know, like I can't comment on that. But I have personally felt that the racism level is very, very less. I'm not only talking about Saskatchewan. I've traveled to other parts of Canada also, and I don't think Canadians are that racist, or they undermine you or anything of that sort. They know how much of effort you're putting for their country, or how much you're contributing to the economy. They understand that, they value that, and they respect every person. They respect family, they respect individuals, they respect your time, they respect every aspect of life, right? Unlike other countries where I've seen that or heard that people are a certain way. I know some of my friends who actually went to some other, I don't want to specify countries, but some other countries in Europe, and they say that they're very racist, they're very rude, they don't actually consider you well and those kind of things. But that's not the case here. So so crime rate, racism, all that is like, you can easily ignore, take that out of your mind and come here. Another thing what I wanted to say is, people ask me, since it's a small province or a small place, how is the life there, or do you think that we can actually adjust to that kind of culture, or those kind. See, personally, even when I came, when I knew that I had to move to Saskatchewan, or when I had to move to Moosejaw out of all places, I was terrified. Okay, so I can understand what you guys might be thinking, but I was really terrified, because I was like, okay, what if I get stuck somewhere? What if during winter I get stuck somewhere? Will I be able to get buses from there? Will I be able to get a cab from there? Or, who's going to help me? And you have like a million questions in head, right? That's exactly what you might be also going through, and that's the reason I thought I should answer this question. Because, guys, don't worry, everybody is helpful here. I've never seen any situation wherein people don't help you, especially people out here. They're very helpful. You go and ask them something, they're more than willing to help you. It might be people from our country, or I've seen that they try to throw an attitude just because they're in Canada. I've seen that part also. But people out here, or other nationalities out here, they're very helpful, very friendly. So don't worry about that. If at all, worst case scenario, you get stuck somewhere or you get into trouble, call the police, 911. One experience I had is, we were actually going on a trip, right? So a couple of weeks ago, we were going on a trip to Alberta, and my husband's phone was just kept on the side of the door. So I don't know what happened. Maybe the emergency call or something. It got selected, or I don't know. We really don't know what happened. So all of a sudden, we are like driving, and we hear like some alarms beeping, and we are like, okay, like what's happening? Like did you hit something, or like is there a cop behind us? And we're looking through the mirror and all. We couldn't find anything. Finally, we realized that when we got a call. So the police called us, and there's like, we got a call from this number, like not even like a second. Okay, not even like a second. They called us back. They asked if everything is all right, and Prashant is like, no, it was by mistake. Then he's like, are you sure about that? Because they know that if at all you are in trouble and somebody is next to you, you're not going to admit that you're in trouble, right? So they were reconfirming with my husband, like, are you sure you're all right? Okay, we'll cancel the the call or whatever. So that's how responsive they are. So at any place, like if you're in a highway, or if you're anywhere, you're getting in trouble, or you met with an accident, you lost, or the worst case scenario, you can always call the cops. And it's not that they're not going to turn up because it's a minor issue. They actually take a lot of I've seen that even what happens is, when the cop comes, you get scared, right? But they're so polite while talking to you, and they're so considerate about things. And there are certain rules that you need to follow when a cop pulls you over when you're in a car. But other than that, they're very polite, they're very friendly, and those kind of things. So guys, don't worry. Frankly speaking, it's a very, very safe place. I have not faced an issue since last 2 years. I have not heard of any major issues. So that's all I can comment on. I don't know whether people have faced an issue, or people have faced any kind of racism or crime or anything, like, I can only talk out of my experience, and I can tell you that it's a very, very safe place to come. Now, obviously, there's a lot of population. If you watch my previous video, I had mentioned about things that are happening in Saskatchewan in 2023 that might be a little disturbing for people in Saskatchewan. But watch that video, and you'll get to know a better idea of things. But then, guys, just come. Like, don't overthink. It's all in your mind. Even for me, it was in my mind that, okay, it's a small place. Like, you tend to compare it with things back at your home country, right? What if I'm in a small place and people don't help, or I don't get, what if I get into trouble, and those kind of things. So don't worry about all that. Even though it's a small province, it's very well developed, safety wise. Even I've seen a lot of people migrate to Canada or other places because they have kids who are differently abled. So for all those people, like, sometimes I wonder, like, are they overdoing things? Like, in the sense, is the government overdoing things at times? Because you're not used to seeing things of that sort, right? Even like when people who are in their wheelchair get into the bus driver stops there. He makes sure that they are able to get the ramp is put out, they get in, and then the driver comes, and then make sure that their seat belts are put on, those kind of things, like the minutest of details they take care. And out of my 2 years of experience, I can tell you guys that I don't think you will face any trouble. Even if you face any trouble, there's a community to help out. So don't worry, guys. If you have similar questions that you are worried about before coming to Saskatchewan, please comment below and let me know. I'll be more than happy to make videos on that, or share my experience on that, and then so that you get an insight, because I was clueless when I was coming here. There were very, very few vlogs that I found regarding Saskatchewan, and other than that, I have not found many vlogs. Most of them were like, I used to watch Gulati and Family, I think that's the vlog's name, wherein they used to tell about how to take a license, expenses, and those kind of things. But nobody has talked about safety, or the problems or issues and those kind of things. So I thought, okay, let's make a video and tell you guys that it's good. So that's all for now, guys. I don't want to have a long video, because many people have complained that my videos are quite long. The thing is, I keep talking, right? I feel that I'm having a conversation with you guys, so that's why my videos are quite long. Excuse me for that. Other than that, life is good. You take care, and then let me know if you have any doubts. That's all, guys. Bye.